It's not understanding each other. I just feel like healing should come before you step into somebody else, because now congratulations, what you're doing is you're sitting here and you're making these people get hurt in your situation, because now you drag them in, and now they don't want, now they have to accept the fact that you're not going to stick with them, you're not going to stay.
Uh-huh. So what if a person, I think, like, when I'm hearing both of y'all have the conversation, it's like about honesty. And what if you are honest with a person and say, I'm in my healing journey, and they're saying, I can accept that, but I still want to get to know you. I still want to be a part of that. Like, I see people doing that. I see people honestly telling the truth and saying, hey, I'm on my healing journey. I may need to take some time to myself right now. And I really just want to be by myself and figure things out. And a guy or a woman can say, I see what you're going through, but if you ever need to talk, I'm here. If you ever need somebody to confide in, I'm here. There are people, again, that's willing to go on this journey with y'all, right? So I understand y'all talking about it in a selfish manner where you're not telling people that you need to heal, and you just walking into situations and they don't know that you need to heal, and you basically coming in with toxic traits and toxic things. But there's people that's willing to come in your life and try to help you out on whatever you're going through.
And I speak from experience that the person that stays there during your healing journey, even as a friend to be there for you, there's a bond and a connection that is grown. And if you do happen to ever find someone like that and fall in love with them, it's bliss. It's a different type of love. It's just different. And I speak from experience.
I definitely understand that when you looking at it from that aspect, but also looking at it from like a reality standpoint. There are tons of people who are not out here saying that they're in a healing phase, right? So then that comes with that person needing constant reassurances, they being triggered over small things. You know what I mean? Pushing people away and then blaming it on your past.
Yeah, but that should be the red flags. But see, that's why we're adults and God gave us wisdom because as grown as adults, we know what red flags look like when somebody is coming out of something, not over somebody. Like, and I think that's where I look at people different. Like, so you just gonna look past the red flags. Okay. Okay. So we're not gonna okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. There are signs. You know, when the people say, I'm gonna become a millionaire, I may not tell you nothing, but there'll be signs. Listen, there are signs that people are going through a healing journey.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I just think that the person that you're dating didn't necessarily sign up to be your emotional support system and your test subject. So if you're being real, I see where you're coming from. If you're being upfront and honest and saying, "Hey, look, I'm in this process of healing," but when that's not you,
That's a fact. Right. It's them conniving raggedy mofos you talking about.
Manipulators,
Those leeches,
narcissistic.
those those succubus.
Oh, sorry.
You all right, Jess? Just I feel like you had a flashback.
Oh, can I get some nuances to this? Right? I know I've seen certain women, they think that they can actually change a man in his healing journey and build him up for somebody else.
Right, and that's what we talking about, Naughty. See how you said there are those people who are willing to go through that journey with you? That's the person you talking about right there. And now she getting stepped on like the cockroaches
Right.
in them
But
hotels that people
no, but
be paying
listen,
so much money for.
but that's why I said two things can exist. So like Drāyas experienced that just like I have experienced that. I experienced a man coming into my life where I felt like I don't want a relationship. I don't want this. I don't want that. I'm cool. I don't, I'm into that journey, like focusing on my money, focusing on my health, focusing on my stuff. And this person came into my life where I told myself I didn't want to talk to nobody because I'm still healing. But this person actually was a betterment in my life, and they helped me grow, and they helped me see certain things, and they helped me be more confident. And as well as I help them. So it's just like I think that again, two things can exist. I get exactly what y'all saying, but I do feel like there's genuine people in this world that's willing to be on journeys with people.
right. But then when we speak on what you just spoke on, right? If someone is healing them for them to go on, it's like that's where it splits because one person's healing journey is like another person's emotional damage. Because now you didn't emotionally damage this person that helped you heal all because you weren't being real.
Emotional damage.
I gotta agree with that too. I gotta agree with that. I've been in that position too. No, I've been in that position where you now become that person's emotional dumping ground. Now you got to be strong for them and you. Now you got to listen to you. Be like, hey, what the? My bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what? No, bruh, breathe, smile, something. No, that's not okay.
But is it on them to set up boundaries, right? Like what they will accept, what they won't accept. Like if you chose to come into this relationship, right, and you told these people like, "Hey, I'm here for you. If you ever need to talk, talk to me." And is it now enough is enough? Like when do you start to build boundaries to say, "Hey, I'm here for you, but come on, hopefully I was hoping for some progression and I'm seeing the progression's not there." So is it for you to say, "Hey, I'm not with this no more," and you leave, or like, who's making you stay?
I think boundaries should have been set from jump. Boundaries should have been set from jump. When y'all are getting, see, this is where I think society messes up. Nobody believes in courting and actually dating anymore. It's we meet, we touch, and we might stay together now. Nobody believes in that stage of actually being friends, getting to know one another. Hell, these people don't even know the person last for the 4 digits of their phone number no more. So when you're skipping all these steps that made actual relationships last, of course it's going to be in shambles. Of course you're going to miss all the red flags. Of course you're going to be somebody's emotional dumping ground. But I will say people are good at masking some shit. And when you do find out, you better figure out right quick what you want to do for you. You got to decide. And y'all have told me this before. Voices we relate to, we keeping it real. And relatives, we keeping it real. We only deal with what we allow. So if you keep allowing the behavior, at what point did you think they were going to stop? If you keep trying to compromise and understand, and that's where I agree with AB, I want to say between the two, I have to fall in the middle where I say, you can find these things out. Let's say they weren't honest with you and you love them enough to stay and try to work through it. There has to be boundaries and deadlines and things you will and will not tolerate, things you will and are willing to do. And if any of those are broken, you need to be strong in your stance. As my mother says, let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. Because that's when accountability has to come in, because now you're subjecting yourself to it.
So then I have another question for you guys, because I'm like, why do people feel entitled to love when you know you're not whole yet? And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but self-awareness just isn't optional for me. Like if you don't know your triggers, you'll call somebody toxic, right? I just wholeheartedly don't come to me unhealed. I'm sorry. Please come to me in the ending stages, because I don't want to be that person that you emotionally damage, because I'm ready and open for love, for commitment, for companionship. I'm ready for all of that. So I'm going to go into it with those same traits, and then to realize that, oh shoot, this person is healing, right? Oh my goodness. And you can put all of your energy into helping them heal, and then what do you know? They're going to be gone to the next person anyway, because you were just there for that healing.
I think that some of the chances we take when we decide to date it, quote unquote, love. I think those are the chances that we take. That's the sucky part of it all. Like, I wish crystal balls were real. I wish.
The only thing that's real is that one bullet in the gun when you play Russian roulette, okay? And that's what you do when you go out there and take a chance on love, okay? You put yourself on the line.
For sure. Right. So y'all staying around if the love is real, but the timing is wrong.
Elaborate on the time is wrong. Elaborate on if the timing is wrong.
I mean, they're in their healing process.
Your healing process can offer me, it's my finances.
Oh yeah.
It's my
So
finances.
ignorant.
Jesus. Shout outs to B Simone. But
I
like
can't deal with you
that's
right
what I'm
now.
saying. Like I feel like it's levels to healing depending on what you went through, right? Like it could be a death, it could be relationships, it could be so many different things. And they are the things that, you're healing from and you're trying to figure out. Like some people could be up, then people could be broke and be like, damn, I'm trying to get everything together. I'm focusing on myself. I'm trying to get myself back to where I used to be. I'm doing me. And this could be somebody to say, oh, okay, I see you doing your big ones. I see you progressing and I see you actually getting up and taking forth effort to get shit done. And I'm willing to be on that journey with you. I know y'all tired of me, but I feel like love is love, girl. And if people are willing to understand, because everything is not going to be perfect. And I think life is about chances and taking risk, right? Like Miss Frizzle said, right? Sometimes you gotta get messy. Take some risks. Do your big ones, right? Yeah, shout
Shout
out.
out to Miss
Hello,
Frizzle, right on the
period.
Magic School Bus.
Okay. And I just think that at the end of the day, it's like y'all said, vetting processes, red flags. And I think that that's when you have those conversations so you can kind of like understand what people's going through and where they're at in their stage in life. And if there's any red flags for you, then I think that for you, then you know when to bow out or not. And sometimes people are very deceptive, Drāyas, AB, and just where they seem like they got everything together, right? And that's what we call a representative, right? They're good. You didn't vet it. You didn't did your big ones. You thought you did your big ones by vetting them, and they're giving you this representative stage, right? And then after 6 months or shit, 3 months, they then now start acting out, and you're like, hold on, this is not what I was supposed to.
Mhm.
What's going
Mhm.
on? What's
Mhm.
that?
Mhm.
This is
This is not
not
what
what
I
I
signed
signed up
up
for.
for.
Hello?
What's going on? Jesus. It's my finances. Hey,
What you trying to find that mama number to return to sender?
hold on. Talking about, do I got a receipt on this man? Because at this point, I'm ready to turn.
Like, is it past the 90 days or like what are we doing?
Return. Like, hello? Like, what we doing?
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate y'all. Listen, this is Voices with Relativity, where your truth might not be comfortable, but it's definitely necessary. So I'll leave y'all with this. Are you healing or are you hiding in someone else? It's your girl AB, and I will talk to y'all next time. What's up with my girl Jess? How you doing today?
Doing fantastic, y'all. Listen. All right, my relatives. It's time to bring it in. It's time for Creative Gems with Just. And this one right here might step on a few toes. Okay, I just want to let y'all know in advance. But today's question is, are people really healing? Or are some people staying stuck in victim mindset? That's the question I have, okay? Because let's be real, everybody talks about trauma, healing, and protecting their peace now. You hear it all over the internet, all over Facebook. Protecting my peace,
Not
protecting
too
my peace,
much on
protecting
me.
my peace. But at what point? Me too, girl. What you mean? But at what point do we stop blaming what happened to us and start taking accountability for who we become? So let's really get into that, okay? So I want y'all to take a moment, right? And think of this situation. Someone has been through a lot of childhood trauma, bad relationships, betrayal, and now in their adult life, they struggle with trust, communication, and emotional control. So the question is that understandable or is there a point where it becomes an excuse? Ladies, are y'all ready to keep it real? What do
Let's
y'all
go.
think?
What we doing? Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of grown.
Boom.
Listen, and all your fellas to be going our friends, cause it's
Because it's
11:30
11:30
and the
and the
club
club
is
is
jumping,
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 jumping.
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 Listen, cause I'm gonna be real, right? Like at this point, I just feel like people need to start taking accountability. Listen, when I enter in relationships or whatever, my younger self always felt like I was never wrong, right? And once I grew up, I realized like, hey, why did this relationship or friendship end? What did I do to like what did I do? Did I not set a boundary right? Was I the one that was manipulated or manipulative? Or whatever like that. What did I do that's wrong so I can take accountability? And I can honestly say it's a betterment for me and my growth. But there's some people that are honestly stagnant. They're so stagnant that they feel like everybody's a hater and they're never wrong in nothing in nothing that they do. So it's like, girl, I like to connect with the ones that say I can take accountability. I ain't really for the ones that feel like they just do everything right. They can't take accountability. And when they're in the wrong, they'll flip the script and they'll try to gaslight you to think that they right. I don't like all that. So Yeah.
Now, do y'all think that that's because people sometimes stay stuck in a victim mindset without realizing?
What if they uh, a victim?
Yes,
What if
they
they're not?
professional
Yeah.
victims.
Like a real live human Eeyore, like, feel sorry for me.
And what if they're not just like you said, a professional victim? Because I was about to say, what if they're not victims? What if they just gaslighting you? Like they just gaslighting to make it seem like they're going through this and this is how they feel, but they honestly just feel like they pulling the wool over your eyes. Yeah. Yeah. And what can I get out of you? Yeah, it's like what can I get? Can you imagine? Like, listen, that's just like somebody is always saying, "Oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Can I get some money? Can I get this? Can I get that?" And they really ain't going through that. They lying, but they're literally using you off of you, feeling so you can sympathize to them so they can utilize you and feel like, hey, I need you. And they're really just using you.
Oh, that was
I heard
crazy.
that's what some of these Negroes do in tax time, but I digress.
Yeah, I definitely believe that women can be, or people, I'm not even going to say women, but I've experienced men too, where it's the poor me complex, right? It's the victim mindset. It's always someone doing something to you where you're not taking any accountability for who you are, the things you may need to change, and how you may need to grow. So, yes, I do believe that people stay stuck in that victim mindset because they're stuck in their unreality of what needs to happen for them to grow, for them to be better, for them to see things differently. It's easier for them that way.
So, how do you tell the difference between someone who is healing and someone who's just repeating the same patterns?
Great question, but I think that comes with action, right? Because a person's actions really, for me, it does tell you everything. And we've all fell victim to someone acting as if they're one way, and then when the act is over and seen, it all comes out. So it only
That sound
is
like a
before too long,
representative.
right? Exactly. It's only for so long that you can keep this act up. It's more like just be who you are, be who you gonna be. Either people gonna like it or they not. And you might feel a way about certain people not liking who you are, but those people aren't meant for you. So, I mean, the way you tell is, I guess you just gotta wait and see, or you move around when you see those red flags we were talking about.
Like my good clean sis said on Sister Act 2, if you wanna be somebody, if you
Wanna
wanna
go
go
somewhere.
somewhere, you
Better
better
wake up
wake
and
up and
pay
pay attention.
attention. Hello?
So now the people who have been through something, right? And then they're in the relationships and they're like hurting people, right? Do do you think that those people weaponize their pain in relationships? Like I've been through this, so this is why I'm doing that, and you would never understand. And do you think that they weaponize that in the relationships?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ain't that's what the broke Negroes go to every time to weaponize why they broke? And they be like, "Babe, I'm just saying, I can't find a job right now, so you gotta, hold me down as your king." How you gonna be a king of the castle and can't do shit? You just basically another man.
Or calling women gold diggers because they have, that standard of the man leading the house and providing and doing what the hell needs to be done. Then you become a gold digger, or, a woman that's looking for too much and expecting too much. Like, I mean,
And that can also go on a woman's end where she could be making more money, right? In a way where her man is making money, but not as much as her. And she can be belittling to her man in a sense of, I can say and do these things because I am making more money than you, because I'm bringing more home than you. So this is why I am the way that I am.
don't think I know a man that is going to let a woman talk to them in that manner, whether they make more money than them or not. This is where I feel like the leadership comes in, right? Listen, I'm still the leader of this house, right? I still lead this house. So there is no way you are going to come at me from that angle. And as a woman, why would you? You know what I mean? So then again, I go back to that's something that's happening within that person that is making them project onto that, maybe she's not getting what she wants, or she needs to have the discussion and she's not communicating properly. So this is the way she's communicating with him. And whether or not he accepts that as her way of communicating, or he lets her know and puts his foot down like, baby girl, we are not about to do this. I just couldn't imagine.
Can I name some women? I want to name some women. Holly Berry, right? Kelly Clarkson, right? Adele, right? Even Sherry Shepherd, where these women have made way more money than their spouses in relationship, and it just went terribly wrong in the relationships because they were bringing more money into the relationship than their counterparts, right? Where things didn't go well, or men feel like, hey, or some people could feel jealous, right? Like damn, I'm supposed to be the man in the household, but I feel like I'm being belittled by this woman because all the attention's on her.
Right. And then, you know what? To be all honest with you, that could be a thing. And maybe that's something that these women really they seek after too, because they don't really want a man like that, right? They probably in their mind want the man that they can control, the docile man, the man that, you know what I'm saying, they could still do whatever they need to do because it's easier, but I need this look as far as having a husband and a family.
Oh,
Oh,
AB, guess what this remind me of, girl? Family. The family messing with
right.
my man. Hey,
Oh
Terry
my
off of Soul
God.
Food. You literally then talked about Terry off of Soul Food. And what did her husband do? End up telling Terry, like, damn, I can't even be, even though Terry was the breadwinner, right? Her man is telling her why he committed infidelity towards Terry with her cousin because she didn't make him feel like a man.
See what I'm saying? Right.
Now, okay, yeah, but at what point does this, this is what what you putting me through turn into now this is what I chose to do. You know what I'm saying? Like cuz you could have spoke about it. We could have got some help about this. There could have been something else that was done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But Jess, if this was always my angle, there's nothing that can be done about that. The difference is, just like for women, the men are like, "Wow, I'm being treated, terribly. Like I need to get out of here." And oh, I can do this and get this. It's the same. The same.
Or they want it all. They want the cake, the cookies, the
They want the
crumbs,
whole
all of
pastry
this
shop.
stuff. They want an infidelity. Yes, they want it all. And I think that's why some people can stay because it can be beneficial, right? I can get this on the side, but I can do this, but then I can gaslight you and say why I'm doing this because you made me feel like this unless I got caught. And if they never got caught, then they would have never said something, right? And then that's why I don't know why I keep on
Right.
bringing these movie clips up, but that's just like when we ask about certain girls that stay in relationships when it's kind of like, okay, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, right? Like he holding it down, she helps build him up, do all of this stuff, hoping and praying that he would change as a husband, but he constantly keeps showing her over and over again that he ain't nothing. But she said, I took these vows, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to do so until she went through a dramatic change, a real dramatic change. And then until she said, and it took her a long time to love herself and to love other individuals that loved her that she blocked out.
rip it.
Do y'all remember the girl from damn, I can't think of the damn movie name. She's the Smollett sister.
Journey Smollett. Temptation.
I love
Temptation, right?
her.
What's her name? Journey. Her husband did her the same way. Yes, her husband did her the same way. And now he want her retirement.
That's
Her
crazy.
husband, they divorced.
Yeah, I seen a clip about that. Now he wants half. Wait,
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
That's what I just said, Drāyas. That's what I'm saying.
but here's my question I've always had with that. If a woman can ask for half.
Think about Holly Berry, same stuff. And even when it comes to child support.
Right. Everybody you named, even Kelly Clarkson, even Sherry Shepherd, even
Adele.
Adele, right. They all had to give up something. So that's what I'm saying.
Now, have you ever had to just check yourself and your growing and in your healing and had to say, you know what, I need to grow from this. Let me make changes. Have you ever had to do that for yourself?
Me recently. I recently had to do this honestly because I realized that I'm the problem. And I think that I'm an only child. So I'm so used to like shutting down and figuring out things for myself in a way that that's not conducive for a relationship, right? And I always felt like that was a safety net for me. Like, hey, I'm a Virgo. Hey, let me just figure it out. I don't want to argue. I don't want to go there. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I always felt like me arguing was going to lead into destruction, but also I've realized that silence can also lead a person to destruction and not actually communicating properly. Where I've just always said, hey, like, hey, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to argue with you because I love you. But I always have to remember to communicate and say, these are the things that bother me. These are the things that we can grow from. And I had to realize, like, I had to stop it. I had to stop being silent and I had to start communicating more. So that was my thing that I learned from.
And I am so glad that your mate has given you that space to grow in that way, right? Because I think a lot of times, that could be true, right? You may need to grow in some areas, but that person may not even give you that space to grow with them. So I really applaud you and your companion in regards to that space.
Yes, I love me some him. Yes, I thank you. Thank you so much, AB, because at the end of the day, you're absolutely correct, right? And I think that in the age of 2026 where people don't allow people to be human in their relationships, that people are so quick to say, well, if you're not doing what I want you to do, I can just go back to the DMs and find me somebody else. Until it's a consistent pattern to where it's kind of like no one can make mistakes, no one can grow from their mistakes, no one can understand, no one can have like it, as human beings, we're in a constant state of practice, so we're always forever developing, we're always forever growing, and no one's honestly perfect at all. So that's one of those things where I do appreciate my partner that we both allow each other to grow within the relationship and actually figure things out.
Yeah, I think that that's very important, especially when you're in relationships. And I'm the friend that's going to be like, nah, hell nah, right? Because my friend is hurt. So I'm upset and I'm like, no, right? I'm viewing things from a different angle. But I also am the friend that's like, no, you need to grow too, ma'am, because that's not how things work within relationship, right? So,
No, but I just want to tell you though, right? Like again, what can be funny, and this is why I'm gonna be real, right? Like I will literally come to y'all unless and I feel like it's unless it's the last resort, right? Because you're absolutely correct. AB, you're not gonna love my man how I love my man because you love me. And if there's anything hurting me, you're going to dislike it, right? So I have learned how to just communicate and figure it out with my partner instead of trying to figure out with everybody else. Because if I consistently tell my friends over and over again that this man is doing me wrong, y'all are not going to like him. And even if I worked it out with him, y'all always going to have a sour taste in your mouth that feel like, ugh, I just don't like him. I don't think he's the right one because y'all are not going to allow that level of growth in the relationship because I've told y'all so many bad things about him where it's like I don't want to be around him. I don't accept him because I don't feel like what I'm saying, he's really good for you. So that's why I just me personally just try my best to figure things out with my spouse or my partner before like telling my girls unless again it's a last resort and I really honestly need some type of advice.
I also think though that as a friend, you need to just be a listening ear at times, right? I think that when you have friends in relationships and you guys are discussing those things, there is no judgment. You know what I mean? So there are things that as friends, people need to understand because what you saying and you wanting to empower them in the same notion is like just like you said, then I'm not bringing it to you. But I also value the fact that yes, you should work that out with your partner. The things that you are saying to your friends or if that's a thing, like you need to be discussing that with him. Like, you know what I mean? He's gonna be the one that helps you work that out or not. Like you guys need to discuss that. So that's also a great thing that you're doing.
Would love to hear from you guys, AB and Drāyas. How about you guys? Has there ever been a point in your life where you had to check yourself and realize I need to grow from this and not continue to be the way that you was?
As somebody who never gave a damn since birth, I tend to self-reflect a lot because I really don't give a damn if somebody else was offended. I kind of need to know that I offend myself. So that's how I tend to look at it. Like, damn. No, I'm joking. No, but on some realness, yeah, I think probably like my mid 20s, I probably was like, you know what? I could probably take a little bit of accountability or something, you know. And over time, I think as we get older, we just come into a space where it's just kind of like it always ain't everybody else, It always ain't just not you. And I think when you come to realize that you're not perfect and nobody is, you'll become more real with yourself and your flaws and the things that you do want to fix or the things that you want to, enhance about yourself as far as, growth and things like that. So I just think over time, at some point when you're actually maturing and living life, not just existing, you learn that, you take accountability and there's a lot of self-reflection. And self-reflection isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think self-reflection is a wonderful thing, especially when you can grow and learn from it. And that's where wisdom comes from as you get older.
I definitely agree with that. And you, AB?
Yeah, for me, it definitely was a self-reflection moment. It came when my son probably was about 14, and I saw him respond to someone in a way where I was like, "Ooh, that's not good." But I also saw myself in his response. And when I say that, it was kind of like dismissive. It was like the face, like everything. It was like, yeah, I'm about to keep this moving. And so that made me self-reflect in a way to where I'm like, oh, some things, I need to grow from, because what the person that I was raising was a reflection of me. And if that is what is being reflected, it has to change. And so, yes, I've had a moments. I think that you go through those moments. There's not one moment where you just grow and you're just continuously, going. No, you have those times where you like, oh, I probably need to grow from this. It's something I need to change about me. So yeah, I've been.
Yeah, same here. I feel like we all go through different phases in our life. So my young adult years, I was but throughout my childhood, I went through a lot of things and, childhood trauma, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And so now with that, I was very violent. And so whenever something was wrong, I I had no problems with placing my hands on people's children for non-prayer reasons, and it just was something that I had to get out of once I became a mom.
I just realized what you said. Non-prayer reasons. She said for non-prayer reasons.
Wait, is you whooping somebody else's child?
I, I realized that, I needed to learn how to use my words. And so when I became a mom, I didn't want to go to jail and not be a part of my child's life. My first kid changed my whole life. I let her know that, like, when you came, I knew that I did not want to go to jail. Before that, I did not care. I was like, whatever, YOLO, we out here, And then after changing my life from there, my mom passed away. And then that became another something that hit me like a ton of bricks differently, where grieving is crazy. You just become somebody totally different. And so then I had to check myself from that as well and just sit down and isolate myself away from everyone and just say, you know what? I really need to check myself. I really need to grow from who I am right now, because if not, it's not, I'm not going to be a great mom. I'm not going to be a great sibling. I'm not going to be a great anything. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just completely agree with that, with you guys as well as far as growing. Now, this was a great topic. I appreciate you guys chiming in on this. Now, I want you guys to know that what happened to you matters. Your pain is valid. Your experiences are real. But healing is a choice. Growth is a decision. Accountability is where everything changes. You can't control what broke you, okay? But you can control whether you stay broken. So the real question isn't just, are you healing? It's, are you growing? Or are you staying the same? Your past may explain you, but it should never define you. And if you didn't catch anything else, that right there is your relative gem with Just. And I'll switch it back to AB. Thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely. Listen, y'all, we just listened to Just Relative Gems with Just. It may have gotten deep for you, but it was real. Shout out to all the relatives. We appreciate y'all again for pulling up. Much love to the comments. Much love to my co-hosts, Drāyas, Just, and Nadia. What's up, Nadia? What these celebrities out here doing? This Nadia with the hot topics.
Yes, this is Nadia with the celebrity hot and pop topics. All right, you guys. The 2026 iHeart Music Awards was held last Thursday, live March the 26th, and it was hosted by Ludacris in Los Angeles.
You gonna tell me what's your fantasy?
Wait, did Ludacris just say, don't come up here with them long speeches, just thank God and go on about your way? He said he not here for all that.
He said, "Move, get out the
Get out the
way."
No, this was the same man who was singing 2 miles an hour so everybody sees you. Now you want us to speed up. It's crazy.
He said, y'all don't come up here thinking your mama, the pastor, the neighbor, your gardener. He said, don't come up here with that BS. Come up here, thank God, and keep it moving. Okay, Luda.
Right. So shout out to Luda. But I do want to tell y'all some of the lucky winners that night actually. All right. For Artist of the Year, Taylor Swift. For Album of the Year, Taylor Swift, Life of a Showgirl. For the Landmark Award,
Taylor Swift. Oh, okay, my bad. It was actually it was gonna be somebody else.
Ludacris. Sorry. All right. For Pop Artist of the Year, Sabrina Carpenter. Country Song of the Year, Good News Shaboozley. Hip Hop Song of the Year, Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Kendrick Lamar. Hip Hop Album of the Year, Kendrick Lamar, G and X. Best New Artist, Real Boston Richie. R&B Song of the Year, Folded. Shout outs to Kalani. R&B Artist of the Year. Shout outs to Chris Brown because he normally don't get the recognition that he honestly deserves. New Artist of the Year, Leon Thompson. And also, we had some iconic performances from In Vogue, TLC, and Salt and Pepper.
Yes, they shut it down. Okay. I saw TLC talking about don't go chase. Hey. Okay, I see y'all.
You just reminded me. I forgot to ask for salt and pepper in my order. You know what? I really thought about when you said that. I was like, don't go chasing Uber Eats. Just stick to the DoorDash. That's what made me think of Uber Eats, the salt and pepper.
And listen, Salt and Pepper. Push it. Y'all remember that? What? And then In Vogue, listen, those ladies aged well. They looked very good. It looked like we was missing a member or two or something.
Yeah, it was only 3 members that came out and performed. So I think In Vogue was how many, like 5 ladies, if I remember?
4.
Four?
It was
Oh,
4
okay.
first.
Yeah.
Okay. They look good out there, though. All of them actually looked really good out there. Shout out to those ladies.
And it's crazy. Speaking of TLC, did you know that Chile reportedly donated to Trump's multiple times in 2024? The news comes after she posted false claims about Michelle Obama being trans and voting as a man, girl. The shade. Listen, Chile was out here, right? She was out here making false claims about Michelle Obama, girl.
I blame Usher.
Come again?
What? Was her who started that, allegedly? That's crazy.
Okay, first of all, I seen a rainbow yesterday, and I can't believe Chili said that shit right there.
Oh
Because
my
what?
God.
How in the sway hey?
All right, and y'all, did y'all know that Chili was in a interracial relationship with one of the Joey brothers from the Disney Channel or My Boy Meets World? Y'all remember My Boy Meets World?
And who's a Joey brother? He from Australia or something? The Outback? What that mean?
The older brother?
Listen, the middle brother, not Joey, the middle brother.
The middle brother.
Yes, she's definitely dating him. So I don't know, girl. Did she become a conservative after she got with a white man? I'm just trying to figure it out because she is getting a lot of backlash on X, Instagram. A lot of people are saying they're unfollowing her. A lot, and you know what? It's starting to come out that a lot of people that you think wasn't pouring into Trump and MAGA's campaign actually is, like Wendy's.
That's why they got all them nasty ass shakes now. It used to be real simple.
They're saying that Wendy's the restaurant, also poured into Trump's campaign as well.
That's why so many shutting down.
So right, because a lot of people are bagging out, they're not supporting, and now we're seeing our good clean sis Chili getting a lot of backlash for being a Trump and a MAGA supporter.
So y'all telling me I can't go to Wendy's and get my cod fish burger?
Oh, I love that thing.
Wait, you eat fish from Wendy? Hold on. Time's out. Time's out.
Not too much on the cod, okay?
Nah, man. Nah.
What? It's in season. Listen, Drāyas, I don't know what they putting on that.
Nah, y'all eating fake cod from Wendy's is crazy.
Well, I'm gonna be real, y'all. Let's just like Chick-fil-A. I know they probably don't see some of my views and they don't align with some of that, but I'm still eating.
Listen,
I'm still eating a
Drāyas,
12-piece.
listen.
I'm sorry.
Wendy's knows what type of fish it was.
I'm still eating a ice. I'm still
McDonald's
eating
don't know
ice.
what type of fish they have. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, y'all eating fish from any fast food restaurant is crazy.
Let's go. We talking fast food. Yo, dog.
You wanna come?
you wanna
You
talk
wanna
about
play? Oh wow!
mothers.
So what was you bringing? First of all, you're
Your
not gonna
dog can
bring
eat
good clean chicken.
Chick-fil-A. Your
You're
dog can
not
eat
bringing good
Chick-fil-A.
clean chicken. First of all,
Shout out to
not too much
Maui.
on Maui. Shout out to Maui.
Basically eating something. Listen, he's basically somebody that's eating better than half of you, half of you people that's probably listening, because Maui sit over there eating a steak dinner, and Maui get a number 6 on Chick-fil-A. Listen, I done heard Drāyas. Listen, I done heard Drāyas go through the line, and I'm like, Drāyas, who else is you ordering for? She said, girl, I'm ordering Maui some chicken nuggets. I said, damn, he be damn.
Okay, woof woof and a doggy biscuit.
I was about to say, do Maui got a 401k at this point? What's the tea, girl? Do he have life insurance? What is going on?
Not too much on Maui, and he doesn't just partake
We're not
in
talking
grilled
about
chicken.
Maui.
Okay,
We're talking about
he does.
Chick-fil-A can feed your dog the same grilled chicken nuggets that y'all eat. Shout outs to Maui.
For y'all that don't know, Maui is my precious Morky. He
Or
is
eating the same
basically
thing
my
you
son. They're
eating.
never. First of all, too much on Maui's
For
filet
real.
mignon. Grilled. First of all, they're
With
grilled, not fried.
asparagus.
They are not gonna come for me. Maui got more houses than us, girl. He got about 4 houses, 4 dog houses. You should see how he laying across the bed right now, just wagging his tail, looking like, yes, mama.
No, but for real, ladies, I just think it's insane. Like, damn, how much Chili be feeling right now to go from being loved? Because you know everybody loved Chili, okay? She could do no wrong, especially after confessions. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
She was a teen heartthrob. She was a teen heartthrob, child. Look, everybody felt bad for her. They felt her pain. Like, we was all like bump Usher. Like, man, we was riding for Chili. We was rooting for you. No Tyra.
Hello? She said, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
I said no Tyra, girl. I said no Tyra. I was just no Tyra. I don't want to be a part of that. No Tyra. I will look out for that next time too. But
Right. Okay, yeah. Wow, yeah, we don't want to be a part of that. But yeah, listen,
Surviving Tyra. Jesus. Wait, would Tyra be somebody else that don't take accountability, AB? Because at this point, that's hello. But again, y'all, speaking of the government, listen, shout out to Mr. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry gives 200K in gift cards to the unpaid TSA office workers at the Atlanta airport after management blocked him from handing out cash. Because I guess Tyler Perry came down there and said, hey, I understand what y'all going through with this government shutdown. So I'm willing to give y'all some money to help y'all out because I know y'all not getting paid for y'all services. And they actually blocked him from actually handing out cash. So he said, okay, well, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and I'm just gonna hand out gift cards. So Mr. Perry actually handed out $1,000 in gift cards to at least like 250 people.
okay. Oh man. I know that's right. That's what's up. Yeah, that's really nice. They needed that because those people were still choosing to go out there.
Oh, wow. That was nice. Could I
we
just
have to
work
work
for
at
Air?
TSA. We can
Could I
just be
just
in
have
the
been
airport.
there?
Yeah, we couldn't just be in the airport. Yeah, I got questions. Hello? Yeah, did I ever have to actually be employed there?
Is he verifying? Is he verifying this?
Did I have to
Could I
have
have been
on the
sick that day?
uniform? Thank you, Mr. Perry.
Okay.
Hello, because if I was there, I'd be like, oh, thank you, Mr. Perry.
Okay.
Jesus. It's just my finances. Hello? All right. But I just want to say again, shout out to Mr. Perry for holding it down.
No, but listen to it's just the government finances. Let me tell you something. Y'all beating down regular American doors for their taxes, but y'all not going to see about these people's paychecks. Y'all going about beating down regular people taxes, but you not coming for these billionaires that are doing tax evasion. Are y'all? What more do you want from me?
Oh my God, girl, you funny as hell. Listen, Tyrese and Tank did they big ones in their verses. And again, this was on Instagram and Apple Music live, right? And so they were going back and forth. Here's a clip of that.
Seeing you cry, it ain't worth. These are the signs that are made for each other. Are you listening?
All right, y'all. So how y'all feeling about Tyrese and Tank's performances? And who do y'all feel like had the better catalog? Tank or Tyrese?
If I can be honest, I was actually watching it, and Tyrese has the better catalog. But Tank is definitely a really, really, really polished performer. Okay. Now, Tyrese was still out there throwing his little fits. He had to bring it back. Did y'all watch it? Did you guys see any clips of it? Because it was a great battle.
Agreed.
Would have definitely voted for Tyrese win because some of the songs Tank was coming out, like even his opening song, I didn't know it. So that's my take on that. Tyrese won for me.
No shade. I did not watch it outside of the clips that y'all, showed me and we listened to or whatever. No shade, Tank. Wonderful guy. Blessings to you and your family. Beautiful family. I didn't know he had enough songs to back.
Not beautiful gown.
What? What? Why y'all just gonna act like y'all not thinking this?
But yes, so I think that's another thing. I really believe Tyrese won that battle, not only because I know more Tyrese songs, but the crowd did too. I'm telling y'all.
No, I think a lot of people don't. Okay, so Tank is a songwriter and a producer, right? So he did a couple of songs. He wrote and produced a couple, like JD, like these people that write songs as well, and also do harmonies and backgrounds in songs that they produce, right? So he did a couple of songs. Like he brung out, I think Ludacris. He brung out Toya Luckett, right? Like he wrote and produced these songs.
How many people did Tyrese bring out? Okay.
I think he brought out Chingy, and yeah.
Okay, but Tyrese was doing most of his own songs with the features, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Tank brought out Jamie Foxx.
And then, well, see, and that's what I'm asking. Did Tyrese do his songs with features that he had, or did he pull a Tank and just make everybody he probably wrote for come out and sing their songs?
No, he only brought out Chingy and who else? I don't think he brought out anyone else that I can remember. I definitely know Tank brought out LaToya Luckett, Jamie Foxx, and Jay Valentine. Those were the three.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Right. No, not the J Valentine. not the listen, Drāyas, are you thinking about the J Valentine? I'm gonna put you to bed. Da-da.
That's Jay Holiday that you're singing. I know the difference. That's Jay Holiday. Jay Valentine.
Right. That was a Jay Valentine? Wait, maybe it wasn't Jay Valentine. It was okay, no, it was Jay Valentine.
Valentine is a woman. Wow, Naughty, wow.
That's my bad. Maybe I was wrong. Yikes.
Okay, listen, I was like, wait. I was like, hold on.
Tyrese is the only man who made a song about 12 zodiac signs. You better know Tyrese.
And his background singers. AB,
his live band, everything.
His live band and background singers was everything. His live band and background singers, honestly, when I say the production was chef kiss. So listen, Tyrese may have the better catalog, but when we're talking about live and performance, and them singing back to back, right, in live performance, I just think that Tank production was so much better than Tyrese.
You better know Tyrese. In the words of Tyrese yet again, what more do you want from him? Why he just can't win? Like, y'all are just so picky.
Tyrese did. I said Tyrese.
Well, I mean, listen, Listen, he got he gets support from the Transformers. No, that's Fast and Furious. Never mind. I'm sorry, wrong car. Well, he was in the Transformers.
He was
Oh,
in
he
that
was.
Transformer movie though. He was. Such a Shia LaBeouf. I like Shia. I like Shia LaBeouf.
Shout out to the Transformers. Listen, hello. And speaking of Shia LaBeouf, girl, Shia LaBeouf is out here in New Orleans doing listen, listen. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Shia LaBeouf is out here getting turned, doing the most. And speaking of Shia LaBeouf, did y'all hear about Raven Simone and her Disney Mount Rushmore? Did y'all ever hear about that?
I heard, dear. I heard bits and pieces.
Did y'all hear? Raven said her for Mount Rushmore is her, Hilary Duff, Shia LaBeouf, and the guy from Jed Jackson. Did y'all ever see Jed Jackson? That was the famous Jed Jackson.
Yes. He's passed away now, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. He did. And he did pass away. Rest in peace to him. And I think she got a lot of backlash because a lot of people were talking about Selena Gomez. They were talking about Miley Cyrus and all of this extra stuff. And again, I feel like the era, if you think about the era and who paved the way for original Disney Channel movies and TV shows, right? You honestly have to understand one of the first Disney Channel original TV shows is the famous Jed Jackson, and it came out in 1998, right? And
The Even Stevens, we know the Even Stevens.
correct, Even Stevens, That's So Raven, Lizzie McGuire. If
Lizzie
it
McGuire,
wasn't
and
for
she was a
Olivia,
cartoon.
wait, hold on, Andreas. Now let's think about Hannah Montana. If y'all can remember Lizzie McGuire, the movie, what happened? She had a double, a person just like her, a twin member that she traded places with. And so a lot of people think that Hannah Montana took that reference, or the creators of Hannah Montana actually took that reference from the Lizzie McGuire movie. Think about it. If y'all ever seen a Lizzie McGuire movie, basically when Lizzie went to another country, she met a singer that looked exactly like her and they traded places.
So they actually stole that plot from The Parent Trap. Got it.
Correct. And so a lot of people think that if it wasn't for a Lizzie, if it wasn't for a Hillary, there would be no Miley, right? And Raven Simone, she came in the Disney Channel with Xenon. Remember Xenon? Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Make my
My
heart
heart
go
boom,
boom
boom.
boom. My
My
supernova
supernova.
girl.
Yes, she has done a few Disney Channel movies. Dr. Dolittle, Dr. Dolittle
Kim
1, 2.
Possible, the
Right,
cartoon.
right. So Raven has always had her hands in Disney, right? When they were doing the Disney Channel. So Raven was speaking, I think, from the beginner stages of it. But again, she got a lot of backlash from people and from the next generation, right? Like if you grew up with Miley, you would say that Miley's your Rushmore. If you think about it, they always do this with like singers, rappers, their Mount Rushmore. Like I know my mother's Mount Rushmore would be probably a Whitney Houston, a Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. Right? Those would be in her generation. Mine would be like probably like a Beyonce or like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's like a generational thing.
Girl, you would pick Beyonce as soon as her mama was impregnated at this point.
Listen, I'm picking Beyonce Mama Gumbo at this point, and we all know what happened. Okay. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, shout out to the Beehive.
We do not need Rock Nation problems.
But listen, because the way Rock Nation and Desiree set up, trust me, I don't want nobody shanking me in jail. As I'm saying, allegedly.
I don't recall. We don't even know her or you at this point. Who? Girl, we don't know you.
Listen, I don't want them problems. Shout out to Desiree, because I knew she used to be a part of the cartel and she not no more. And I don't want no issues. I'm a civilian, boo. Hello? That's what Nicki Minaj said, and she a MAGA supporter.
God. So her man could from just that was on purpose.
Girl, she did anything to get her green card. Oh, never mind. All right. So listen, I don't want no issues because even a little laugh.
None.
Listen. Listen.
Blessings to y'all families.
I don't want no problems, right? But
we on our little scrappy, you don't want no problems. But we don't want no problems, not you per se. We don't want no smoke with y'all.
Listen, like I said, I don't want no problems because I don't even want to laugh, right? Because even a snicker of a laugh, right? A little hee hee ha ha ha, Remember when the NAACP awards came out and Dion did his monologue, and however they panned the camera to Haley Bailey, and she got attacked on X for having a little laugh of the monologue. But speaking of Haley Bailey, shout outs to her. Haley Bailey just turned 26.
Wait, which one is that? Is that the DDGer or the non-DDGer?
That's the DDGer. That's the one with the baby. And I
Okay.
actually want to talk about this. So happy birthday to Holly Bailey. She just turned 26 March the 27th. A lot of people thought that Chloe and Halle was twins, but actually they're not. Chloe was born July the 1st, 1998, and she's actually 1 year and 9 months older than her sister.
They out here twin fishing us. Okay.
Yeah, because they did play twins on Blackish, so yeah. But again, shout outs to y'all. Those are my hot topics, Nadia's hot topics. Shout outs to the relativities, the relatives, however you may have it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting us always and forever. And yeah, any final things that y'all want to say with the topics that I ran?
Just want to say the celebrity news was popping.
Period. Shout outs to the celebrity. No. All right, y'all. Back.
And just hold on, and just if some of y'all celebrities don't agree with our input, we appreciate the feedback. Don't come for us, because we come from a place where we will clap the freak back.
Hello, and listen, I'm just jokes. Listen, I'm jokes, having a good time, and I'm just giving the news like everybody else. Shout out to that. And again, back to you, AB.
All right, y'all. So tonight we went there, okay? We talked about healing while loving. And the truth is, some of us are out here trying to build forever relationships with temporary versions of ourselves, okay? We brought up Juanita Bynum. Was she mad about that cocoa butter?
She ain't loosed.
Women are thou loose. She said, don't come in here like that. We asked the real question, is closure something you get or something you create? Okay, and if we honest, closure isn't handed to you. It's not wrapped in an apology. It's not sitting in your ex's text messages. Closure is a decision, boundary, a moment where you choose peace over answers. And while the world is out here celebrating, we was out here with the iHeartRadio Awards, where artists are being recognized for their growth, their evolution, their wins. We also went into the 2028 Olympics coming to LA, where the world will witness discipline, preparation, and transformation on the biggest stage. But are you getting paid? Listen, we talked about healing, because we definitely do need to heal the Olympics if we out here pimping the Olympians.
So the Olympics is Ike, and the rest of you Olympians is little Tinas.
And we get it. Y'all don't want no Transformer a part of no Olympics. I get it. Okay, I understand. No Optimus Primes, no Bumblebees, no
Transformers.
Decepticons.
Bum 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 bum.
Listen, all I'm saying is to all my trans sisters out there, please never be discouraged. Someone's going to have to do it first. But again, I understand all boundaries, and I just want everybody safe and everybody to be, I just want everybody to be able to actually play their said sports and just do their big one.
I want y'all to be that loosed into sports in your own lane.
Hello? Well, technically, do I have to say all my trans sisters when actually it was only one in the past 10 years that, never mind. Because again, y'all made it seem like, look.
Well, to them, that was one too many. That was a nation of y'all at that point.
Listen, at this point, sis, they made it seem like it's 525,600 trannies. Oh my God.
They said it's 99 problems and that tranny is one.
Listen, this is Voices with Relativity, where the conversation is real, the truth is uncomfortable, and the growth, that's on you. It's your girl, AB.
It's Drāyas.
And your girl, Just Law.
And your girl, Nadia.
Bow Wow Watchdog Maui was here today.
And we go catch y'all next time with Voices with Relativity. Shout out to all the relatives. See y'all.
Hey, relatives. Bye, relatives.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Stay here for 1 second. Since Drāyas, you still here, girl. You going to Chick-fil-A, girl.
First of all, I'm not going to Chick-fil-A. My filet mignon and double broccoli is on the way, ma'am.
Switching it up. Double broccoli, I hear.
Thank you.
Your dog. Listen, if you about to, so what you get, Maui? Because at this point, I was about to ask, can I have me
You know Maui, you gotta He got his own cut. He got his own cut, okay? You know I wouldn't give him none of mine. I had to get him his own. Leave me alone.
Jeez.
We love y'all so much. Thank you for joining all the craziness. You guys rock 100%. And we will definitely catch y'all next week. Thank you so much for showing love.
Hold on, but next week, what are some things y'all kind of want to dive into? I ain't gonna hold y'all. There's a couple of things that I kind of wanted to touch on.
Oh, I just want to, whatever we talk about, I just want to have relatable conversations. Shout out to y'all.
Oh my God, you are so igno. Goodbye.